Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we are currently in orbit of Kerbin with our science unit for our Minmus colony, and we are, of course, needing to do an inclination change. That should happen around this descending node, it looks like, and so we're going to pin open the ascending node, and let's go ahead and right around here, start up a maneuver to go anti-normal? No, normal. I always get that wrong. Fantastic. Okay, so we need to go about 4.3 degrees here. That's not as bad as it could have been. Thanks to launching into a kind of funky inclination, it just happened to work out. And we're just going to head on over here. Oof. Do we have power? Yeah, we've got power. We just don't like to turn. Okay. Well, we're going to physics warp our way on over. And we may eventually run out of power, so I'm going to turn off SAS for the moment, and we're just going to coast. This is not the direction I thought we were coasting in. Okay, SAS on, and let's freeze that rotation. That was exciting. Over we go. Eventually we'll get there. We've got 10 minutes, or 9 minutes, before we start this burn, so it should be fine. This is going to burn off another decent chunk of our Jumbo 64, so that's all looking good. As far as our actual, our actual maneuvering stage here goes, it should be fine. We've got almost 3,000 Delta V in that. Oh, I did not mean to be burning right then. That was a mistake. Okay, so we're just going to position on down over here. Just looking to get fairly close. Okay, something kind of like that, but I want to get a little closer. Cool. So we're going to warp on forward right about now. There we go. And we're about 1 minute away now from our inclination change. So let's warp forward a little bit further. Okay. We technically passed it, but it's fine. It should be reasonably okay. Is this close enough? Most likely. Yeah, that's close enough. Fantastic. So we're going to head off over towards Minmus sometime around here, most likely. Let's see what we end up with. Okay, a little bit later looks like. Yeah, something kind of like that. So we then see our periapsis here is pretty high. We can definitely maneuver that lower if we wanted to. We have enough Delta V, though. I'm not concerned. I think just getting an encounter is probably good enough. So let's go ahead and rotate on over with physics warp on. And we will begin our transfer burn. Over we go. And we are looking like we're going to overshoot this a bit, so I'm going to freeze our physics. There we go. And let's head on in for our alignment here. Almost there. Man, this thing does not like to turn. I suppose that's to be expected. Okay, that's even closer, but I froze the physics again because we were looking to overshoot again. So we're going to head in over here. There. Cool. Now we'll auto warp on over. And this is going to burn out this entire stage, so that's good. We've got about 55 seconds until this burn. Let's go ahead and warp forward a little bit further. 30 seconds, 20, 10, and this is going to be a prograde burn, so we'll prepare for that. And mark. Cool. So off we go. We're just looking for an encounter. We don't care about it being a particularly good encounter. We've got plenty of Delta V to manipulate it, so I'm not concerned about that. So off we go. We're about to run out of fuel in our booster stage, which is great. That means that we'll be able to maneuver a lot easier. Not necessarily easily, but easier. Okay, I'm going to go on to Stability Assist here, chase this node a small amount. Okay, that's probably good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. Cool. So we'll bring in at this periapsis, and we'll do a circularization burn. I believe I went retrograde there. Yes, indeed I did. Okay, we're going to bring this down to about 15 kilometers. I mean, we can definitely go lower than 15 if we wanted to, but 15 will do for now. That's like 16, but close enough. So we can now align for that, and we should have a much easier time turning this thing now. Oh yeah, this is so much better. Fantastic. So we will prepare for that. We've got 25 seconds on this burn, and this is of course going to be too much fuel. We're going to be ditching a good chunk of it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and warp around here. Goodbye, Kerbin. Goodbye, Moon. Hey, ion deployment from the Moon, 40 science added. Always like that. That will be finishing up our contract soon enough. We can go ahead and grab our gravity scan and our magnetometer report. And those could be collected in our mobile processing lab, in theory. So I think we can't store that there because we don't have a scientist in the lab right now. So we'll just retract our magnetometer boom, and we'll prepare for this burn. This is, of course, a pure retrograde burn. So let's go ahead and warp on forward here. 3, 2, 1, mark. Fantastic. Okay, let's bring that periapsis on down. Definitely trying to pull off to the side here. We're not quite balanced for this stage, but it should be okay. This stage, I believe, is balanced. Okay. That's a periapsis of 3 kilometers. We overshot slightly. So we're going to bring this over and just do a small corrective burn. Heading over to prograde, we're going to just bump that back up a tiny, tiny amount. Cool. There we go. That'll be fine. So at the periapsis here, we will then, of course, circularize. Bring this down 54.5 meters per second. Looks good. And let's head on over. I wish that we could store experiments here in retrospect, because I'd like to grab this gravity scan, and I don't actually want to be over here. Okay, let's head back over. Unfortunately, we can't grab this gravity scan, but we'll have science aplenty, so I'm not too concerned about that. We're almost maxed out with our science now. It should be fine. So we're going to bring this on in. I would love to grab these gravity scans, but it is what it is. If we had brought the scientist in the mobile processing lab instead of in the core, it probably would have been better. So that is definitely something that is noted. So we're going to physics warp here while we align. There we go. And let's just head on forward a little bit. Okay, 10 seconds until our burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. And we're burning. Cool. Now, we could definitely land on this. The question becomes, what's the point? And there really isn't a point. Oh, are we control locked? We are control locked. That's interesting. I didn't expect to be control locked here. Is this a range issue? It should not be an occlusion issue, right? No, it is an occlusion issue. Okay, so we just need to warp forward a little bit then. Once we come around over here, it should be good. This is where our colony core is right now, so we will prepare for that by warping, not to the next maneuver. Hang on. We're going to warp to about... I don't want to warp to next maneuver. I guess we'll just manually warp. We're currently occluded by Minmus. We should be able to communicate with Kerbal. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so we're just going to pop over to retrograde here. We could grab our mystery goo observation and our material study, and I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. We'll keep those experiments. We can reset those later, but we're going to process those in the lab. Cool. Okay, so this is our colony core here. We're going to start up an inclination change, something kind of like this, but I want to overshoot. So something kind of like that would be what we'd be targeting. We'll prepare for that burn. And close enough. We're warping on over. Cool. Looks like we're overshooting a little too much. Okay, so we're going to change that to be a little bit more like this. Cool. And we are going to be burning this in about 50 seconds. Just adjusting our heading there slightly. Cool. Yeah, we're still going to be slightly overshooting, but that is, in fact, what we want. And then we're going to need to slow down a bit once we are over the correct location, right? So that'll be fine. 30 seconds here. Let's go ahead and warp forward. 20, 10, and 3, 2, 1, mark. Okay, that's probably good enough. Yeah, that should be good enough. So at this point, we could definitely think about burning retrograde. And just coming in somewhere around here-ish. So let's just bring this into retrograde. We do want to overshoot here. Cool. So, like I said, we want to overshoot, and we're going to aim for somewhere around there for the time being. Fantastic. That is looking good. We've still got a lot of Delta V in this tank. We knew that that would be the case. We absolutely knew that would be the case. So we're going to eventually be ditching this. Let's go like that. Cool. 499 meters per second doesn't feel like a lot here. And I think we actually have more than that. But we're going to continue to head on forward here. We'll warp to about here. And that kind of breaks KER a little bit, but there we go. We can see that that is improving. We're about 3 minutes away from our countdown here. Excellent. I'm going to go into surface mode. There we go. And we're going to head over to surface retrograde. Cool. So we're going to do our initial braking burn here with this Rockamax tank, and then we're going to ditch it. And then we're going to come in with this as our final approach. Cool. So we've got about a minute and a half here. Let's go ahead and warp forward a little bit. I'm thinking we want to do our braking burn very, very soon here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it now. Boy, that picks up a pretty big wobble. Okay, where are we at? Still overshooting. Okay. We'll go ahead and set this as our target. Beautiful. I'm now going to ditch this tank. So we will decouple that, and we'll activate these engines. Excellent. Oh, we should have transferred fuel. That was why we had 499 meters per second. But it's okay. We should have more than enough to do this. Okay, so I would like to head over towards the target here. Something kind of like... this is overshooting it a little bit. Something kind of like this. And pick up a little bit of speed there. Okay. Then we're going to come over here, and we're going to kill our velocity fairly soon. Right about... now. I'm going to kill the horizontal velocity only. Cool. Horizontal speed is currently showing up as being like 10 meters per second. Okay. Well, we're going to come down here, approximately. Oh, right, we're in target mode. Let's go into surface mode here. That would make matters a little bit easier. Excellent. For some reason, I wasn't thinking we were in target mode. There. Cool. So our vertical speed is basically nil at this point, right? And we can just position here. I'm going to physics warp us down a little bit. The question is, how far away are we really? And there's some nice seismic data. I like it. How far away are we going to be really? And it's not going to be very far. Cool. So we need to commence this burn in about 30 seconds. And we definitely will do so. Yeah, we're going to be coming down a little bit off. But not very much. Okay. So I'm not going by this countdown here. We're just manually bringing this in. Cool. We're still about 200 meters up here. Slowing us down a little bit more and then bringing that down. There we go. Cool. Gonna go into stability assist here. Excellent. This is looking fine. And we're, what, like, is that 173 or 73 meters away? I'm not sure which. It's pretty close. Oh, okay. Why are we positioning like this? Can we not? Brakes on, please. I'm not doing anything here. What is happening? Why is it going like this? I'm not touching anything. SAS is off, brakes are on, and it's just spinning like this. What is happening? Apparently our trim is up. Can we stop? Like, can we not do this, please? With SAS on, it's much better. I have no idea what's happening here. Okay, that was exciting. Let's go ahead and turn our reaction wheels to SAS only. Okay. Did this break any of our wheels? Shockingly, it doesn't seem to have. Okay, let's try to get this back to some semblance of working. Okay. And now I'm going to uncouple this and throttle up. We're just kind of accelerating backwards right now. Turning up the brakes. But we don't have a lot of contact. Okay. I have no idea why this thing is doing what it's doing, but maybe now it'll be safe, now that the sky crane is out of here. It seems like the sky crane was what was being really weird. So SAS goes off. Okay. So yeah, the trim seems to have been set very strangely. Let's go ahead and reset the trim here. I don't know how that happened. Cool. Okay, brakes off. And we just immediately start going. Without any real ability to turn to the right. Fascinating. Okay, so some of these are clearly needing to be inverted in their steering direction. Okay. Well, that was exciting. This is certainly very exciting. I have no idea what this thing is doing. It definitely didn't do this on the moon. Let's switch our reaction wheels over to normal. And see if we can't get this thing rolled. I'm also going to retract this solar panel. We're draining electric charge at a prodigious rate. So SAS is currently trying to roll us over. Without any success. Well, that's exciting. I have no idea what's happening right now. This is just fundamentally broken, and I don't know why. Sure. So we've got this reaction wheel here, right? And I mean, I can see that these are like counter-rotating. So we can switch this directionality, but I don't know why they're rotating at all right now. Brakes are on. And trim is fixed. Like, I don't know what is happening here. I feel like the game broke. We know that this motor direction here needs to get inverted. To go the same direction as... Now it's not spinning at all? Interesting. Very strange. Very strange indeed. I have no explanation at all for this. I don't know what's going on here. What I do know is we're going to need a Kerbal to come help us out. So we're going to have async EVA. That was just utterly bizarre. I don't know where that trim came from. And I don't know why it's still continuing to act weird. What I do know is we're going to need to come out over here and look to get this fixed a bit. Okay. I may have accelerated instead of decelerating. Okay, let's come on back. Beautiful. So async, let's get in position here. Once again, I may have accelerated instead of decelerating. Okay, this is going very well. Definitely. Async, come on. Come on, async. Get up. There you go. And let's head on over this way. What we want to do here is attempt to get this thing flipped on over. So, we're going to take a quick look here and see what we can do. If we just push this, that on its own gets it quite a ways. Can we get it fully rolled over? We might not be able to get it beyond this point. Okay. It wants to roll back over this direction. Yeah, so I think here's the plan. We're going to detach the wheels on this side, and we'll reattach them later. So, this is going to be a little bit awkward, for sure. And it is time to put a cut in here. This is going to be a bit tedious, but the plan is that we're going to detach these wheels, get this flipped over, and then reattach the wheels. And then hopefully, from there, we'll be able to get this thing under control. Hopefully. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode, we'll have this thing ready to bring on in, because this is going to be a tedious process. We're going to have to remove all of the wheels and wait for the Kraken to settle down. Can you not? Oh my. Hang on. No, stop it. Go this way. Can we get there with our reaction wheels right now? No. Okay. Async, we're going to go around and just try to propel it like so. I'm going to turn its SAS off. It is off. Okay. Async. Async, please. There we go. And now we can try to just push this thing forward. Oof. Oh, hello. Okay. Cool. So with it in this state, now we're going to disable the motors. Cool. Okay. So obviously one of the solar panels broke from all of this, right? There's no doubt about that. But we can hop over to async now. Oh, hello, async. And get this wheel put back on. So we may as well do that now, since we got this thing back on track, kind of. Through some kind of crackeny engagements there. Async, that was not exactly where I intended you to go. Can you stop? Any moment now, Async. Get up. There we go. Okay. We're going to head back over here. Async just likes tumbling. Cool. Okay. So I wanted to park somewhere around here. Fantastic. And we're going to look to get this back on. I want to get just close enough over here. There we go. We're just moving these over for the time being. Cool. And we're heading on over. Now I'm going to quick save in case the cracking causes more weirdness here. But so far the weirdness has worked in our favor. And we're going to attach this guy here. I don't think... Yeah, that's not exactly snapped on. The angle isn't exactly what I want. And that angle is going to cause issues. So we're going to need to toggle the snapping and try to get this on properly. That's probably close enough. And now we'll try to attach this wheel. Okay. We appear to be good. So let's exit this mode. And the question now becomes, can we get this thing working properly? With the SAS off, we could try to enable the motor just on like... Okay, this motor is currently enabled. If we just enable these back motors here, and then disable the brakes, we start moving forward, and we're also turning. Okay. Noted. Okay, well, we'll figure out a way to get this thing over there. This needs to get fixed, very clearly. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe a game restart would help, but we'll see. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we'll dock this thing up and get the solar panel repaired. I still can't believe that we only lost one solar panel out of this. That's insane. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Unisol, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.